Alright guys, how is everybody today? So, we were working on the Chieftain's Trial. So I reworked around my bow a little bit off stream. So if we go look here now, this one's up to 161 damage. I moved my damage mods over here. We were only at like 119 our other bow, and now this one's at 161. This one's at 112, so almost right where it was. So yeah, I think I have an idea of how to do this a little better, so we're going to do it. As I was playing around with my bow and stuff, I noticed some traps and things that we can use. So let's give it a shot.
Fascinating. They weren't looking for me.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna have to start over because we're not gonna beat the time. We'll just let him kill it. I wasn't fast enough. Like, we started out good, but it took too long for me to get around that rock. I messed up. And I can't seem to dodge him. Okay, let's start over. No, we'll just do this faster. So I need to not get seen. Aw, 15 seconds off. Oh well. $15 off first split.
You came in second. Most could manage that.
I wouldn't have missed those couple shots. We would have had that. Second place. Should we try that again?
The Chieftain's trial is a challenge that will push even the mightiest hunter to their limits. Only the largest, most dangerous machines will be loosed into the arenas. Learn their weaknesses quickly, and do what you can to exploit them. To best them and survive, that is an ordeal worthy of a chieftain. I'll start counting after you've taken the rope down. We'll need a moment to pull the machines from the pass into the arenas. Then make your descent.
If I'm gonna prove myself in these trials, I should do it fair and square. Just stay out of their way for now.
I can already see I'm not going to do it. Unless I get really, really lucky. I don't think I'll do it. I'm behind. Oh, yeah, let's... Totally messed that up. Alright.
hunting me.
Nice, we did it that time.
Good find.
Now, there's just one other trial here that we have. That I think we could do. We got second place on it.
You're first among all the other hunters. They were good Banuk. Determined, competitive. Not enough for you.
That's all I've got in me for now.
You have more in return.
I want to see something. Alright, so we had, before we had handling and handling, I believe. Alright, and then over here we had this damage and this damage. So that puts this damage up to, yeah, see, it's only 119, so it's only a little bit higher. Only like 5 higher, a lot more tear. Whereas if we put the damages here, where does that put this one to? Only 152. So yeah, we can just keep those swapped the way they were. That's fine. Only a slight damage difference, so yeah. This does have fire damage on it too, though. No, it has freeze, which doesn't matter. It's at 35% fire. Let me look and see. So right now this is at 72 fire. If I put this on, that puts fire at 90. Alright. Okay, so maybe we do that one there. Alright, so that puts that at 156, so with 62 before. But this one gets a little bit more damage, almost to where it was. It was at 116 before. It's at 115, but we get that extra 90. We're at 90 for fire, so yeah, that works out better. Alright. Save, so those changes are there. Open our boxes, I guess. We got a veteran's fire, huh? Crafting here, here, here. So this was 44 fire and 11 damage. 51 fire, shock, and freeze. See, this one doesn't do shock or freeze. So we would lose 6 damage and only gain 3 fire. Let's look. 93 fire and 109 damage. Yeah, I don't like that. Do we have any others that are rocking fire right now? No. Guess we got this rocking fire and that rocking fire. That would actually be really good for this. 'Cause that's shock and freeze as well. Alright. Nothing there. Alright, so what quests do we have? Looming Shadow, Firebeak. I think that's it, right? So we'll come down here. Make sure we're saved here.
The sand near Sunfall.
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked.
As thick as... And our scouts are watching for more frost claws.
But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls to you. If our chieftain agrees with this course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that. I take it you haven't spoken to Araya yet?
Why should I? This is what she wanted, to return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear. After the Karja took my sister, not all of her came back.
What happened to Araya when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines. Tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent. They made her part of their blood sport. The shame she suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
Tell me what happened to the first expedition.
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door. Some kind of cauldron, new metal. We tried to break through, but it was unflinching. We were exhausted, no way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything. I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
What do you think is beyond that door?
I do not know. That expanse of metal, that dead hum. Nothing sacred belongs there. Machines and death, that's what the mountain holds. Death for us or for the daemon.
And if we do find the spirit,
Then perhaps we should put it out of its misery.
for what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming with me.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
This impulsive ignorance could have sparked another war. Let him freeze for what he's done. We should not pile his father's guilt onto the new Karja King's shoulders. These are different times.
Your song has kept me company in your absence.
So is he saying that we can't keep her safe?
So are we.
He's such a dick.
I'm glad to hear those bandits won't be troubling us further.
I don't think she has
Aloy,
anything else.
how are those weapons treating you?
They've done right by me so far.
Glad to hear it. Return the favor, yeah?
Good for a Werak to see its chieftain change. All on
Alright, let's get up the mountain, shall we?
The gold keeps our hunters.
All the winters coming at once.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit, and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus. When all else is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit. The blue light. The beyond. And my brother, too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him. Worried for him.
What did the war do to Aratak?
He cut away everything, until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, yet always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave. But you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, your need is well apparent. Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch. A remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
It was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Ban-Ur. He met with us there, as is custom at High Winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned. And when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, those who had vouched for him were gone. As though he never existed. Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Horea. Thanks. What are we gonna find up there, Horea?
Ruins, machines, and a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy. For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt that Daemon has tried to hide the way.
It hasn't been easy for you, Horea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
We'll go soon, but not quite yet.
When you are
I
ready.
think I missed an option. Oh no. Okay. I'll come back and.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back. Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother! I too can call upon the power of the old ones.
What was this place?
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from a terrible danger.
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? The blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here.
So she used the fire alarm to open the door. Emergency.
Metal pillars, tall as numerous cliffs. I still don't like it.
It's like capacitors. Alright.
Once these halls ran.
This'll help.
Here, up and over.
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was last here, and 12 since I was running the place. Just a skeleton crew left, confused about why I'm here. So am I. Anita wants me to find a way to suspend operations for a while. Maybe a long while. And I don't know why. But from the sound of her voice, it was something terrifying. I wish I could look into her eyes, ask her what the hell she's so freaked out about, but what else is new? And don't I wish I could look into her eyes again?
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
There are memories here. Messages left by the old ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet, Araya.
Return of the Director Emeritus. Descent Hollow title. Gina, no, bad title. And worst subject. The camera crew would die of boredom. Whatever, Gina. It's still the most excitement this hell cave's seen in a long time. Your standards for exciting are depressingly low. I'll squeeze what I can out of this, thanks. You always were a little sweet on Kenny. What? No way. His ears are enormous. Besides, he was too busy mooning over Anita. I want to know what he's doing here in the first place. It's not normal. He helped engineer the most advanced geothermal facility in history, then rode off into the sunset. Now he wants to check up on his masterwork? Seems normal to me. But why now? He keeps poking around in the cooling facility and asking questions about Cayenne. Why you think there's something wrong? Last I checked, there's been no deviation in any of our readings since the most recent microquake swarm. Maybe Kennedy likes taking field trips on Pharaoh's dime. It's been 14 years. They would have frozen the accounts by now. Has it been that long? Man, I'm old. Not old, just boring.